So right now in America, I don't know anybody who doesn't have at least a tiny part of themselves asking the question, is there somewhere safe I can run to because of everything that's going on? There's so much uncertainty. There's so much fear. There's so much chaos. There's so much anxiety around what's going to be unfolding in these next few months. This thought, I like to say, just walk away. This thought is it time to bug out? Is it time to run away? Have we hit that moment where we need to take off, whether that's a realistic option or not? I'm going to address that in a little bit different way today, but first we're going to take a deep breath and I will see you on the other side. So I've been listening to the experts, like Joel Skousen, watching his relocation information. I've listened in the past to James Wesley Rawls. I was listening to Chris Martenson on Peak Prosperity, and I was hearing extremely consistent themes in addition to all the blogs and preppers that you've got out there talking about bug out bags, survival retreats, all these things that have been sort of the part of it would be nice, or yes, I'm planning on it. It was always kind of a someday, maybe I might need that kind of idea. But we are moving into a period of time where it's getting to be a very, very real conversation. Is this something I need to do? Do I need to bug out? Do I have a safe place to go? And is that the right move for me? And in my life, I have been looking for a place to go for a very, very long time. Behind the scenes, I've had 4 different plans. We have flies today. Completely implode. Every time I make a decision, something comes along that sort of crashes that as an option. So it's just not a simple cut and dry conversation. But one of the things that's been evolving for me internally as I'm listening to the experts and the non-experts express their personal fears or their professional recommendations, this is the question that's been coming up for me. Is there anywhere safe to run and hide? But more importantly, should we be running away, trying to be safe, and hide until we return to some version of safety and normal? And I'm really moving towards this idea that is just an illusory experience that people are pitching for a marketing aspect. Because, first of all, there really isn't anywhere that's 100% safe in every way, shape, or form. 99% of the experts, what they're talking to you about is here's you can go, how you can spend money, how you can live off-grid alone, all these things that do not factor in real life in terms of what's going on in our very real world. But even bigger than that, should we really be running away? We are watching a global implosion happen. There is no, it's all going to just go away on its own. There is only the world that we sign on for. And as I'm sitting here talking to you, and I'm being assaulted by flies, because there is literally no place I can go right now. We've had so much rain. The flies are everywhere. There's no safe place to hide, because even when I go inside where it's theoretically sealed, if I open the door, the fly comes in. And as I was recording this and swatting flies in between, waiting to come back and talk to you, that's what's going on right now. There's this idea that there's somewhere safe we can go to, that we can remove ourselves from the danger, but more importantly, the responsibility of what's going on in our world right now. So I just wanted to plant that seed that maybe the time has come to stop thinking about where is a safe place I can go and hide and ride this out, to do I want to stay? Can I go? Do I want to go? So that I can be part of whatever needs to happen to create a safe and secure world, a safe and secure country, a safe and secure community, a safe and secure home, a safe and secure life. Because as long as we are putting all the responsibility for our survival, safety, and security somewhere out there for somebody else to be responsible for, that has worked in the last however many decades. That period of time is over. Our unwillingness to be responsible and take active participation in the world around us to secure our own survival, safety, and security, meaning we have food that we have access to, that nobody can control that for us. We have a preventative health and wellness routine saying that we're not just the victim of our circumstance waiting for some health care to make us feel better. That we have created the best community, the best family, the best home, the best personal and individual experience as a life, meaning that survival, safety, and security are real things we value and take responsibility for. So this is just sort of a seed planting video because I don't have a perfect solution or perfect answer for you. But I am waking up to my own thinking process that is much like you. I just want to run away and I want to hide and ride this out. I don't think that's even a viable option anymore. And until more of us, till almost all of us decide to wake up and decide that we want to be responsible for the world we live in by creating a survival that is feasible, that we are safe and secure because we are active in our own experience. You know, if we don't choose to participate, this is not a political voting situation. One person, one government cannot undo decades and decades of not paying attention. And I will give you a tiny example of that. For a while I worked on a crisis line, and parents would lose their health insurance at the time when their child turned 18. And 2 weeks, 3 days, 1 week before their 18th birthday, the parents would call up and say, my kid is out of control. I need to send him for drug addiction or anger management or whatever because I can't handle him and his insurance runs out next week. Can you take care of that? There was this idea that I don't have to be a responsible parent for the first 17 years, 11 months and 2 weeks, right? I'm just going to send him to some place, some institution, some treatment program. You're going to fix him. You're going to straighten her out. Then you're going to send her back or him back to me and everything's going to be okay. Because I'm going to pay for it. Because insurance is going to cover it and healthcare is going to fix it. That isn't real life. And we are in that same situation. We have absolved responsibility for contributing to a viable, safe, secure, and community environment, state environment, country that we can survive in. And now we're waking up, 2 weeks before the insurance runs out and saying, well, isn't somebody out there going to take care of it? Who can I call? Where can I go? What can I do? Because here's the bottom line. This is what's really, really different. And I will talk about this in another video. Once upon a time when something bad happened to you, the infrastructure out there was to support you through that transition process. When I lost everything in 2010 from that 2008 bubble, everybody else's life was going on. There was just a few percentage of us that lost everything, but the infrastructure existed for us to transition into. What's different about now is there's no infrastructure that's going to be in place to support the tremendous fallout and the attack by the flies and the aftermath for what's coming. We're looking at between 10 and 40 million people becoming homeless in the next few months if the evictions and foreclosures start to go forward. This is going to be big and uncomfortable in a way that we in America, for most of us, have no historical memory of. Some of our grandparents may understand that in terms of the Great Depression. But you have to remember, the majority of the people in the Great Depression were rural and they could at least find some degree of food. We don't have that. So this is just a cautionary seed planting moment that as you're trying to talk to yourself about where are the safe places to go, to really start thinking about the reality that there are no safe places to go. And are you going to choose to be part of the few that decide to put your foot down, that decide to stand up and give voice to creating a world in which survival, safety, and security are possible, because right now we're moving full steam ahead into a world where they are not going to exist, and hiding is not an option. As much as I like to just walk away, I think we're hitting a wall here where that's no longer going to be an option. So with that kind of a big idea, just planting a seed, I'm going to get out of the flies, because even though I can't run away from them, I can get to a lot fewer of them if I go inside. So with that, deep breath, and we'll continue this conversation when I see you next time.